Regardless of previous experience, when you rent a boat or personal watercraft here on Lake Mead, it is your responsibility and our greatest concern that you and everyone in your crew return to the dock safely. Everyone who operates a boat must be aware of the responsibility for the safe operation of the boat. Negligent behavior, such as operating at excessive speed, bow riding, boating under the influence, and not keeping children in life jackets can result in criminal charges. Consuming alcohol or drugs while operating a vessel is illegal, unsafe, and irresponsible. Don't do it. Here are the basics you'll need to know to be a safe boater. Each rental starts with a full tank of gas. Use 1/3 going out, 1/3 coming back, and 1/3 for reserve in case of bad weather. Your craft will have a horn that you can use to get attention and to warn others when you are approaching. Use it, but don't abuse it. On the board's dash, you will see a switch for the blower. This is a safety measure to remove gas fumes that may collect in the engine compartment of the boat. Turn the blower on for 5 minutes prior to starting the boat and turn it off after the boat has started moving. Pontoon boats do not have a blower. You will be provided a wearable life jacket for every person on board. By law, children under the age of 13 are required to wear a life jacket at all times, but Las Vegas Boat Harbor requires that everyone wear a life jacket regardless of age or ability. Make sure you are also in compliance with our company's weight and person capacity when planning how to load the boat. If you have any questions on what is safe or not, please ask one of our staff. On board, you will find a throwable flotation device. Keep it where it can be grabbed and tossed quickly in an emergency situation. It must not be stowed under the seats. Other safety equipment on the boat includes a paddle, a lanyard connected to a kill switch, which is required to be attached to the operator while the boat is on, and a fire extinguisher. In the unlikely event of a fire, you could consider using the fire extinguisher if the fire is small enough that it can be extinguished quickly. But there is nothing more important than the safety of the people on board, so if it can't be contained, make sure everyone is wearing a life jacket, signal or call for help, and get off the boat. Before leaving the marina, make sure everything is stowed so you don't create a tripping hazard or interfere with the operator's view. Make sure to pay attention during checkout and ask questions about how to operate your rental boat. You'll find that the staff at the marina will be knowledgeable and friendly. Our emphasis here is how to operate a boat safely. We'll start at the propeller. The propeller is attached to the motor underwater in the back of the boat and has sharp blades that rotate at high speeds when the engine is running and may continue to turn even when the engine is off. Everyone on the boat must be aware that the propeller is dangerous. When people are in the water anywhere near your boat, do not take a chance. Turn off the engine. Use the steps or the ladder to climb back on board from the water. Never use the motor or the attached propeller as a step. For safety and better performance while underway, distribute passengers evenly throughout the boat. As you become more familiar with your boat, you will see how much better it performs with an evenly distributed load. Do not overload a boat with either passengers or equipment. All passengers must remain seated in a proper seat while the boat is underway, keeping all arms and legs inside the boat at all times. If you will have children on your boat today, they deserve special attention as their inexperience, size, and weight put them all at greater risk of accidents of all kinds. Again, with few exceptions, children are required to wear a life jacket at all times while boating. And it's a good idea to assign a responsible adult to keep track of each child on the boat to ensure their safety. It's also a smart practice to assign each child a specific seat on the boat and make sure they are in that seat before the boat moves. Because there are typically more passengers on a pontoon boat, take the time to do a head count every time before starting the engine. Always stay seated while the boat is in motion. Make sure you minimize all trip hazards. Never start the engine until everyone is accounted for, and post a lookout to make sure everyone is clear of the engine. Care must be taken when boating in rough waters and when crossing a wake from a passing boat. Slow down. Rough waters can seriously damage the boat's hull. It is best to cross an approaching wake at a 45-degree angle. This will allow you to use the bow of the boat to absorb the brunt of the oncoming wake while maintaining control and reducing the amount of undesirable pitching or rolling side to side. Avoid letting a large wake overtake the boat from behind. It can easily swamp the boat. Be aware of wakeless speeds designated by buoys in harbors and other posted areas. Slow down to a wakeless speed anytime you are within 150 feet of another boat or person in the water. Finally, never jump or dive from a moving boat. Boating offers an extremely fun and adventurous day. Practice safety so that you'll be around for the next excursion. To engage in water tow sports, it is best to pull off out of high traffic areas. By law, you must make sure that each person engaged in a tow sport wears a properly fitted and adjusted life jacket. It takes 3 to ski is the law and requires that you post a lookout who is at least 12 years old in addition to an authorized driver to keep an eye on the person or persons being towed, as the boat operator needs to pay full attention to what's out front. Always make sure that when someone is entering or exiting the water, the engine is off and the lookout is displaying the skier down flag. Before starting the engine, make sure no one is anywhere near the propeller, front, or sides of the boat. Use a tow rope that is at least 30 feet long to keep tow sport participants safe from carbon monoxide near the back of the boat by the motors. When boarding a boat, follow these proper boating procedures. Turn the bow of the boat towards the person in the water. Make sure that the operator and lookout always keep the person in view and that the lookout has raised the orange skier down warning flag we have provided. Turn the boat off well before reaching the person. And leave it off until the person is safely on the boat. Keep the person away from the propeller blades. Never step on the propeller in order to re-enter the boat. Use the boarding ladder and make sure the engine is off. Be sure to put the swim ladder away. Driving with the swim ladder down will damage it. If looking to swim, we recommend you pull up to a cove and beach the boat to keep it and your swimmers safe. When looking for a beach, make sure to approach it slowly and that it is clear of all rocks and other obstacles. Once the boat's bow has made it onto the beach, turn off the engine. Carbon monoxide is present near the rear of the boat whenever the engine is running, and carbon monoxide poisoning can result in brain damage or death. Remember to do your part in keeping our beaches clean, so no littering. On the lake, you must follow basic boating rules for navigation. Use common courtesy. Make sure you can see other boats by maintaining a proper lookout and make sure other boats can see you. Maintain a steady and predictable course within the proximity of other boats. If you overtake a boat, if safe, pass and give a wide berth, at least 150 feet or even more if you can. The vessel you are overtaking has the right of way until you are clear. When passing another boat head-on, steer to the right in safe water, give plenty of room, and avoid upsetting slower boats with your wake. In crossing situations, the boat on your right has the right of way and you should slow down and pass behind it. If it is on your left, you have the right of way and should maintain your course and speed. But if there is any risk you might collide, steer to avoid collision. Overall, no matter what the rules say, if there is ever the threat of a collision, it is your responsibility to slow down, steer away, or stop. Give way and yield to all boats under sail, kayaks, canoes, and commercial boats. When you're moving fast, it takes more time and distance to slow down or stop. You must operate your boat at a speed where you can maintain control at all times. White buoys mark hazardous situations and provide important boater information. Due to fluctuating water levels, not all hazards are marked, especially outside the channel or close to shore. Always be aware of the depth of the water. Be on the lookout for submerged rocks and hazards. Weather conditions on open water can change frequently and rapidly. Know the weather forecast before leaving the marina and respect the forces of nature, which can sometimes be extreme with very little warning. When wind or bad weather approaches, seek shelter immediately. Avoid rough waters and bad weather by finding shelter in a protected cove or back at the harbor. In emergencies or any life-threatening situation, dial 911 to reach the police and emergency medical authorities. Should bad weather hold you up from your scheduled return, always choose safety first and wait out the storm. We'll understand. But if possible, please call the marina to let us know you're okay. When docking the boat, go slowly. Your boat does not have brakes like a car. Even at slow speeds, it will take as many as 2 boat lengths to stop your boat, and can take 3 to 4 boat lengths if the wind is blowing. Never try to stop a boat by putting your arms or legs between the boat, another boat, or the dock, as this can result in severe injuries. So now you're ready to go out and have fun, boating safely. Pay attention to your time and make sure you return to the dock on or before your scheduled due-back time. Take a map before you leave or download our smartphone app so that you always know where you are. And always think safety first, and you will have a great time on the water.